Hi everyone, it's Erin from the Provincial Farmhouse. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to make a Christmas door basket. We're going to be using IOD's Noel paint inlay, the Blitz mold, and IOD air dry clay. You can find a full product list in the description of this video and all your IOD and Dixie Belle needs on our website, theprovincialfarmhouse.com.au. I found this basket at a thrift shop for about $4 and I thought it would make a perfect door basket. After giving it a clean, I'm going to add 2 coats of Dixie Belle's Endless Shore Silk Mineral Paint. Silk Mineral Paint has a built-in stain blocker and also a built-in top coat. I thought this would be perfect just in case whatever is staining the basket decides to show through my light coloured paint. Today we're going to be using the Noel paint inlay. The Noel paint inlay has 8 pages of gorgeous Christmas designs. I've done quite a few videos using these awesome designs. Make sure you check out my IOD Christmas playlist for more ideas. Today we're actually going to be doing the second use of the sleigh rides design. Once my first 2 coats of the silk mineral paint were dry, I'm going to work in sections and generously apply the silk mineral paint over the basket. Now this is not going to be a perfect design. Basket weave is uneven, so the design is going to be a bit broken, and this is second use, so we're keeping that in mind. So I'm being very generous with the paint, and then I'm going to carefully press my paint inlay into the wet paint. Now I'm also going to mold the design into the basket weave so that we don't miss out on too much of the text. Going to repeat this process for each of the sections. Now the section that I'm about to add has very small text, so I wasn't sure if this was actually going to turn out given how small it is, but I thought we'd give it a go anyway. Now I am misting over the entire design with water, and I'm going to gently press and apply pressure, working the design into the basket weave and dampening the entire paint inlay. I'm then going to leave my paint inlay to dry. When the inlay is completely dry, I'm coming in with a mister and dampening the paper well. I started to pull the paint inlay back. I felt a bit of resistance, so I laid it back down for a couple more seconds and then started to pull it back. Now, as I suspected, unfortunately the text did not completely show, but I wasn't too worried. Now the next section was a little bit stuck, so I'm dampening that again, and as I am pulling that back, I am really quite pleased with how this section turned out. Now it is still faded and it is still quite distressed, but I still think that it looks quite charming. The sleigh ride text, being a bit thicker, did actually show up a bit better than the smaller text, which I was quite pleased about. While my inlay is drying, I am using IOD's air dry clay in the Blitz mold. I'm using cornstarch and then working the clay in. I'm going to put a few snowflakes up the top and down the bottom. So I've just picked some of the smaller snowflakes and also a medium snowflake that I'm actually going to cut in half. can see that I'm starting with quite a bit of clay, then I'm working it in and using my thumb to push outwards and rub along the micro rim. So now I'm going to cut this one in half, place half down the bottom and half up the top. Next, I'm going to use a strong wood glue to glue down my molds. After they've had a little while to set, I'm using the same Endless Shore Silk Mineral Paint and carefully painting over the top of the snowflakes. When you're painting still wet molds, you want to be very careful not to damage the details. Next, I'm sealing my paint inlay with a 50-50 mix of satin clear coat and water and spraying over the top. When the clear coat is dry, I'm using Dixie Belle's Grunge Glaze over the top of my snowflakes to bring out the details. I'm just going to be putting it around the edges and in certain places lightly and wiping off the excess. When the glaze is dry, I'm using Dixie Belle's Gold Gilding Wax just on the details of the snowflakes. Once my basket's had a chance to dry, I'm adding some greenery to the top, and now I'm going to look at adding some buffalo check ribbon. So first of all, I need to work out how much I need so that the basket has some room to hang from the door with the greenery up the top. So there are some holes in the side of the baskets, so I'm going to thread the buffalo check ribbon through those and tie a bow. At first I thought that I would arrange the ribbon underneath the snowflakes and tie the bow there, but in the end I decided to have the bow a little bit higher up so that the lettering and the snowflakes were clearly visible. And here is the finished product. I decided to also add some beautiful glittered berries, and I am so happy with how this turned out. I love the faded look of the sleigh rides paint inlay on the basket, and I think it is just a very sweet piece for Christmas. Let me know what you think of this project in the comments, and if you like it, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, make sure you check out our IOD Christmas playlist. We have so many crafting ideas for this festive season. If you're not already, I would love it if you could hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our Christmas projects or furniture makeovers. You can find your IOD and Dixie Belle products on our website, theprovincialfarmhouse.com.au. Thanks for watching.